OpenAI just released a code interpreter for ChatGPT users a couple days ago, and today we're going to test it out by seeing if it can perform exploratory data analysis better than I can. So OpenAI just released its code interpreter for ChatGPT. Now, if you go to the website and go to the release notes, you'll see that this was just rolled out for GPT Plus users on July 6th, and it allows you to upload a data set and then give it a prompt for some things it can do. And it can do a few different things. It can analyze your data set, it can perform exploratory data analysis, as well as create charts and some figures and visualizations as well. And so it's going to be interesting to check out. And so today we're going to test it. And the way we're going to test it is I have a data set that I downloaded from Kaggle. Now this data set is on cardiovascular disease. Now essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 questions or 3 tasks that I want myself and ChatGPT to accomplish. I'm going to perform it and time myself. And then I'm going to give that data set to ChatGPT with a prompt and see how it completes it. Now, I've never tried this. I don't know how good it is. I don't know if it can handle messy data. I really don't know what the capabilities are or what the implications are going to be, but we're going to find out today. Okay, here is the data set we're going to be using. This is the cardiovascular disease risk prediction data set. Now, we're not going to be doing any predictions, but I'm going to go over the data set just briefly. It's provided by Alphary. Thank you, Alphary, for this great data set. And I'll have it linked down below in case you want to replicate it yourself. Now it has a couple different fields. It has general health, checkup, exercise, heart disease, skin cancer, other cancer, depression, diabetes. So these are all the categorical variables, but it also has some continuous variables as well, such as alcohol consumption, BMI, weight, height, etc. And so this is going to be the data set we're going to be analyzing today. What you can do is just click this download button and download it down to your local machine. It'll be in a zip file, and you can either unzip it in Google Colab, or you can unzip it in your local machine and then upload that CSV file. Here is the notebook that we're going to be using, and here are some of the tasks that I made up for ChatGPT and myself. So, the visualizations to make. Task 1, a correlation matrix heat map to visualize the correlation between all the variables in the data set. We're going to generate a bar chart showing the prevalence of heart disease in different categories of health and general health, and I believe these categories are something like very healthy, not healthy, and I think these are self-reported indices of general health. I think there's about 4 or 5 categories. And a scatter plot comparing BMI on the x-axis and alcohol consumption on the y-axis, and then label it by gender. Let's add a hue. This one's going to be quite a little bit of a twist. Again, this isn't necessarily very difficult, but it's something I would assume is fairly difficult for ChatGPT. And so I added in this little flavor here. And so like I mentioned, if you go here to the left, it's going to be in a zip file. If you use this command here, you're going to unzip it and then get this file here. And to time myself, I'm going to be using this timer right here. And so from the moment I started, I'm going to start by importing my libraries and then actually cleaning the data if it needs to be cleaned, and then actually making these visualizations. And so can I rename this? Let's rename this John's timer. All right. And 3, 2, 1, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is import my libraries, pandas, matplotlib.pyplot, and then numpy for some vectorized operations, or data cleaning if I need to clean the data. And so let's run that. Let's get an idea of our data set. Oh, I didn't actually read it in. My bad. That's one for ChatGPT. Let's see. What's it called? It's called CVD cleaned right here. There we go. All right, let's get an idea in my head. All right, so we have all our variables here, and we're gonna make a correlation heat map to visualize the correlation between all the variables in the data set. And so the way we're gonna do that is, first we're going to set it to core, df.core, and this will automatically grab all the numerical variables and store them. And then we're gonna actually make a heat map, so esns.heatmap, and then pass in core. There's our heat map. Height, weight, BMI. This is 1, obviously 1 to 1. There's a very positive, these two are derived from each other, so that makes, oh no, they're not. These two are related, that makes sense. BMI, there's not a relationship between BMI and height, that's interesting. Or a relationship between weight and BMI. Oh, there is a relationship between weight and BMI. Okay. Then alcohol consumption and BMI, there doesn't seem to be much. Okay, well, task 1 is finished. Let's go to the next one. Task 2, a bar chart showing the prevalence of heart disease in different categories of general health. And I believe those categories are poor, very good, poor, and so general health. So let's do categories equals df dot, is there space there? No. General underscore health dot in unique dot unique. Okay. Then we're gonna make our bar chart. Actually, I don't think we need to do that. That's all right. So we're gonna do boom. Actually, we're just gonna do our bar chart. SNS dot bar plot data equals df x equals the x is gonna equal general underscore health, and then the y-axis is going to be bar chart showing the prevalence of heart disease. So actually, there's no category or the actual it's not a prevalence of heart disease. It's just heart disease, yes or no. It's a categorical variable, and so we can't make a bar plot. So what I'm changing it to is weight. I'm changing it to bar plot weight and general health. So let's start again. Y is going to be weight underscore, I believe it's kilograms. Let's take a look. Yep. Let's run this. Okay, so we have poor, weight is high, fair is high, excellent seems to be the lowest. Okay, there's our bar plot. Not much to glean from that, but we made it. So next, so a scatter plot comparing the BMI x-axis and alcohol consumption y-axis, possibly labeled by gender. Okay, we can do that. So SNS.scatter plot data equals df, x equals BMI. I believe it's probably something like underscore and then BMI. Oh, it's just BMI. Okay, BMI. I thought I was gonna have the unit right next to it. So let's close that. And then the y-axis is going to be alcohol consumption. So let's go up here, cheat a little bit because we can't let it beat me. Alcohol consumption just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna add the hue in a moment. Well, first we're gonna make it and then add the hue. Okay, so we see BMI, alcohol consumption. Okay, I don't know why it looks like that. It's probably days per week, and it's probably not a lot of days per week, but that's all right. And then let's do hue. Hue equals gender. What is the category? Sex. There we go. So let's pause it. Male, female, it looks fairly random, to be honest. BMI, I guess because it's number of times per week. And so I guess what you could say is that with a lower BMI, no, you couldn't say that. This isn't very nice. This isn't really a nice scatter plot, but those are the questions I answered. About right under 6 minutes. I'm going to say 5 flat. I'm going to say 5. No, I'm going to say 5:30. I'm going to say 5:30 because that little debacle with, well, actually, no, I'm going to say 6 minutes because actually when ChatGPT does this, it's going to have to know that, these variables are what they are. It's not going to know that one is categorical, one is not. So right under 6 minutes for me to produce these visualizations. Now let's go to ChatGPT and see how it does. So I already have it enabled. If you don't, go to settings and enable the code interpreter right next to the plugins. You're going to click on code interpreter, and then we're going to upload the data set. And so if we go, we have the CVD underscore cleaned right here, and we're going to open it. And while it's going, actually I'm going to start right now because it's actually reading it in. I'm going to be writing the prompt. So the prompt is actually going to be, I'm just going to come up here, copy this, try to go fast so I'm not the reason why ChatGPT doesn't do well. And I'm going to erase these asterisks just like this. Okay. All right, so we're going to actually upload it, see how it does. And this threw myself for a loop, so let's see if it actually overcomes this as well. Okay. All right. Gives me the columns. Okay. Yep, those are the columns. Task 1, correlation heat map. Okay. Will not be included. I'll convert binary yes, no into numerical format for the correlation analysis. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Also, you can also shows the work, so we see. All right, showed the head. Let's hide that. Wow. That the color spectrum on the right represents colors where red inclines positive, blue, dark color, stronger correlation. Please note the code does not apply causation. Wow. So this actually does look better than mine. So I'm not gonna lie. It does look better. I don't know. I didn't look into arthritis. Is arthritis in mine? I don't know. Actually, let's go back just so I don't miss it. So the prevalence of number of heart disease cases. Wow. Okay. So wow. Okay. Prevalence of heart disease. That is something I didn't even think of. I was so concerned with going as fast as I could. I didn't think I could just count the number of heart disease cases, because heart disease is yes, no. I can actually count them and summate them so that each one, poor, very good, good, etc., has an actual number. I didn't think about that. So we have excellent, fair, good, poor, very good, number. So general health, number of heart disease cases. Okay, labeled by gender, male, female. Okay, I'm gonna dock it on this one because these are both X's and I can't tell the difference. So I'm gonna dock it. I won that one. What is this? It got an error. You passed edge color. Oh, I got an error. Wow. I did not expect it to get an error. I would have just thought it would just know everything. So got an error. It's a point for me. I win this. This I'm gonna I'm gonna say it's a tie on this, and then I'm gonna say that it probably won this because this definitely looks better than what I put together. I'm not gonna lie, and it did in 2 minutes. So there you have it. That is the assessment or our test of this ChatGPT interpreter. My thoughts on it is that it is actually pretty good. I mean, to be fair, you could do this before. You just wouldn't actually get the output of the code, but the code would still be available for you. It would still generate code for you to copy and paste if you wanted. So I don't know how novel it is. Now you get the actual visualizations and you get a little bit of a description of it. And it was markedly faster than I could do it myself. I took 6 minutes, it took 2 minutes. And the visualizations did look a little bit better than what I could put together in that short amount of time. So it's definitely interesting. If you have tried out the interpreter from OpenAI for ChatGPT, what do you think about it? Do you think it is a game changer? Do you think it is nothing new, probably the same as before? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.